Hey everyone, so in today's video, let's see the practice tests for Kubernetes pods. So this is part of the CKA exam, which is Certified Kubernetes Administrator. So anyone who is interested in taking Kubernetes Administrator exam or in general interested on Kubernetes, this is the video for you. So I thought we can solve these problems together so that it is more fun and engaging. So let's jump straight into it. So first question, how many pods exist in the system? So this is on the default namespace. So let's just give the command. So before that, let's see what is there in the bash profile so that like we can use the appropriate shortcuts. So here there is an alias and for k it is kubectl. So instead of typing in kubectl every time, we can just give k. So let's give k get pods. So we can see there is no resource found. So we'll select the appropriate option, which is 0. And yeah, that was right. Let's move on to the second question. Create a new pod using the Nginx image. So a quick tip would be um, we can use the help command during the exam as well to save time. So here, say for example, we need to run the Nginx pod. So we'll give a run and then the help. Let's see what it prints out. And here there is a long output, and here you can see there is a run command. So we'll just copy and paste it here, and you can see pod is created. Let's check. Yes, that was correct. Let's move on to the third question. How many pods are created now? So we have created few more pods, so please check again in the current default namespace. I'll just go ahead and clear my screen. Let's give cube get pods again. So right now we can see 4 pods that are running. We'll choose the appropriate option. Yes, that was right. Next question is which image is specified for the pods whose names begin with new pods? So we can see 3 pods which has the prefix new pods. So let's um, so the actual question is you need to read the question correctly. There might be twists and turns. You must look at one of the pods in detail to figure this out. So we can give describe command which will say more about the pod. So k describe pod and then this particular pod name, and here we can see an output, and we need to see what is the image. So in the image we can see it is busybox. So let's choose that, and that is correct. Moving on to the next question. Which nodes are these pods placed on? You must look at all the pods. So there is one command which is get pods, same get pods, and with the flag -o and then wide. You can see the nodes are already listed down. So control plane is where these pods are running on. So we can just choose control plane. And the next question is we just created a new pod named web app. How many containers are part of the web app pod? Ignore the state of the pod now. So let's see uh, get pods and then web app is the pod name and there are 2 containers. So 1 out of 2 means one container is currently running, but there are totally 2 pods. So since they say ignore the state, we can choose 2, which is the total number of containers. And the next question is what images are used in the new web app pod? So again, if if it is details, we need to use describe command, describe and then pod and then the name of the particular pod. And in the image, we can see it is Nginx. But a twist here is there is also another container that is running. So you can see 2 containers, and here the image is agent X. So we can choose Nginx and agent X as the option. Cool. And next question, what is the state of the container agent X in the pod web app? So wait for it to finish container creating state. So let's just give the describe again and see what is the current condition of this. So it is saying initialize test2 container ready is false. And if we see the image, agent X image, the pull is failing. So we can say there is an error in this particular container. So next one, why do you think the container agent text the pod is in the error? So we are already in the right place. So it is saying this particular image, it is not existing. So we can choose the appropriate option. So Docker image with this name does not exist. Exactly. So this is what we need. Let's move on to the next. What does the ready column in the output of the get pods command indicate? So I'll clear, and if we give pods, there is a column called ready. So what does that mean? So 1/1 means there is totally one container and one is in running state. And if you see here, one container, but that is in running, and there are totally two containers. So we can say running container slash total container. And we need to delete the pod now. Once deleted, wait for it to fully terminate. So we will go ahead and give delete pod and then web app, and it is deleted. Let's check. Yeah, it is deleted now. Let's check whether it is deleted. Yeah, cool. So next would be create a new pod with the name Redis and the image Redis 123. So it is saying use an YAML file, and yes, the image name is wrong. So intentionally it is wrong. So let's create with the same name. Let's not try to troubleshoot earlier. So there is a trick for this. Instead of creating a YAML from scratch, there is something called as dry run option. So let's see how to do that. So for help, we can just give help, and we just need the exact dry run option. So here we can see kubectl run. We'll just copy that and try to modify this to Redis. So instead of nginx, let's give the name as Redis, and the image name is going to be Redis123, and dry run is equal to client, and we are going to output it to a YAML file which is called redis.yaml. So this is the entire command. Let's give enter. So let's see whether that is created. Yes, the YAML is successfully created. Now we will apply this particular YAML file, and you can see the pod is created. Now let's just verify Redis is created, but there is an image pull error. We'll just give check for now, and the criteria are matching. Let's go to the last question of this practice test. So now change the image name to the Redis. So we'll go to the same command which we have executed previously, and then correct this particular image name. So that is done, and then we will apply this again, and you can see instead of created it is giving configured because we have just changed the image name. Now we will give the pods, and now it is in running state. Now let's check, and great. So yeah, congratulations for sticking around, and also you do practice at your own pace, and let me know in case of any doubts or clarifications in the comment section. Thank you, and I will see you in the next video.